Did you know that the story of the British Empire's decline is one of aspiration, resistance, and unavoidable change, from the pinnacles of power and influence to the shadows of decline? Come along as we explore the fascinating disintegration of one of the biggest empires in history. This is the account of the British Empire's decline. The British Empire was at its height at the start of the 20th century. But behind the surface, fissures were opening up. The British military's weaknesses were made clear by the Boer War, and the expense of sustaining such a large empire was mounting. In Ireland and India, nationalist movements were gaining traction, and calls for independence were becoming more and more audible. The empire was overextended, finding it difficult to reconcile the problems at home with the demands of its colonies. The Great War marked a sea change. Though it went into the war believing it would win, the British Empire came out of it severely damaged. The human and financial toll was devastating, weakening Britain and casting doubt on its supremacy in the world. Images, war memorials, trenches, and a struggling economy in post-war Britain. Nationalist feelings were also stoked throughout the empire by the war. Colonies that had supported the war effort with troops and supplies started to demand more autonomy in return. Change and instability characterized the interwar years. The Indian National Congress initiated widespread campaigns of non-violent resistance in India, spearheaded by notable personalities such as Mahatma Gandhi. Mandates and protectorates encountered growing resistance throughout the Middle East. The empire was put under additional strain due to economic issues, such as the Great Depression. Britain found it more difficult to hold on to power as its colonies pressed for independence. The decline of the empire was expedited by World War II. Due to the enormous resource demands of the war effort, Britain was deeply in debt. The rise of the Soviet Union and the United States as superpowers eclipsed the significance of Britain. The war also made calls for independence more urgent, says the narrator. After fighting with the British, the colonial troops now wanted their prize. A step toward decolonization was marked by Churchill and Roosevelt's signature on the Atlantic Charter, which upheld everyone's right to select their own system of government. The wave of independence that followed the war could not be stopped. In 1947, Pakistan and India, the jewel in the crown, respectively, became independent. Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean were all affected by the domino effect. As newly independent nations arose, they all rejoiced in their freedom, but also had to face the difficulties of self-governance. The once vast and powerful British Empire was whittled down to a small number of states. The 1956 Suez Crisis served as a striking example of Britain's waning influence. Britain's position as a world powerhouse came to an end with the failed attempt to seize control of the Suez Canal. The British Empire came to an end with the 1997 handover of Hong Kong to China. However, the empire's legacy endures. Former colonies are still encouraged to work together by the Commonwealth of Nations. The effects of the British Empire on culture, politics, and economy are still felt today. The tale of the British Empire's decline is one of adaptability, transformation, and the unwavering spirit of freedom. Looking back, we witness a multi-layered mosaic of victories and setbacks. We appreciate you coming along on this historical journey with us. Remember to subscribe, like, and share for more historical insights. New nations have emerged, each carving out its own path from the ashes of the empire. The tale of the collapse of the British Empire serves as a reminder of the ability for transformation and the unwavering quest for freedom.